Hello friends, welcome back to JSP's virtual session, and today's session we are going to discuss about JSP web-based database connectivity. Up till now we had a discussion regarding how we can construct a UI, how we can post the data from the client to server, how server will accept the data, read the data, and by using Java server-side Java code, it was generating a server-side response after processing the data. But now, once the data get posted and data get processed on the server, as entire data is remain in the volatile state. Means if you lost the connectivity of the web server, entire data will be lost. Whatever data you input, whatever data server processed, that entire things will be lost over there. So now to have a persistent state on the server, we need to perform a database operation. For that reason, we need to use a MySQL server. Here in this particular session, I am going to explain you how I am going to establish my connectivity with the MySQL server, right? And then how I can able to insert the data into the database as well as fetch the data from the database. Once you able to insert the data into the database and able to fetch the data from the database, the persistent state of that particular data will be occurred. Means the data will remain in the database permanently and you can fetch it whenever it is required. So let's go for the implementation of this. My today's topic is to establish web-based connectivity with the database and then read the data from the web form, process it, and able to insert and fetch from the database as well, right? Now for this, for the demonstration reason, I am having a database. I created a database in MySQL server by the name of TestAxiom. TestAxiom is the name of the database, and inside that I had created a table by the name of student marks. Now students marks table having the columns like name of the student, roll number, and the marks. Obviously what I am trying to do, I'll be like here I already have a 2-3 records available in the data in the data table. I'm going to delete firstly, delete from student marks, and I'll execute this query, and right now my table is completely empty. So I'm having a database by the name of TestAxiom, and I'm having a table inside that particular database by the name of student marks. What I'm trying to do, I'll be developing my web-based UI, right? I'll be developing my web-based UI and accepting the data from the user related to the name, roll number, and marks. Once user feed that data goes to the server-side code. For that reason, I develop a JSP page called as studentmarks.jsp. Here I am writing a server-side code which will accept the data from the user, that is student name, roll number, and marks. Then establish the connectivity. And this is the connectivity code, JDBC code, is the same what we learn in a like desktop Java or core Java rather. where we, to perform the JDBC operations, we take help of the connection, statement and result set. You can re-refer back that particular code so that how to establish the connectivity, how to like develop the statement and execute the queries on the state with the help of statement, and then how to hold the results. But like, okay, this everything we are discussing now referring to the web application now, right? So let us go for execution firstly, so that you will understand what I am trying to do, and then I'll be explaining the code to you, right? So obvious that I am needing a wave form firstly, so I'll run this form. Now this form is a UI, is going to read the data from me. I developed using like obviously HTML and form, right? And then I need to submit this data accepted from the user to the studentmarks.jsp, right? So this form will read the data. Let's say I'm reading the data called as Axiom is a student name, roll number is 101, and the marks opted is 500 maybe. And once I submit this data, okay, here at the server side, what is happening? At the server side, it is establishing connectivity firstly, and then data insert on the server. And right now only one record is available, as I already deleted some records, so serial number is 4. Only one record is available on the on that student marks table by the name of Axiom, and the roll number 101 and the marks 500, right? So if you want to again insert the record, then again you can rerun the form, right? You enter some another data, so you will get the another record is available. Now means all the records which are inputting from the waveform and developing a mark sheet is going to have a persistent state, permanent state in the database over here. So the target of my target of this fetching data or like accepting data from the user, get it posted to the server, and server will establish the web-based JDBC connectivity with the database and able to insert the data, and I can able to fetch the data as well. This is the task what we are discussing about and what we are going to achieve about. Now let us discuss about the coding part, right? Because we need to like discuss about all the code. Now this request form is as similar as we discussed up till now, like where we need a form, name equal to student, method equal to post, action equal to studentmarks.jsp, right? Where we have to accept the name, roll number and marks obtained and submit the data. After submitting this data, we have to like concentrate on the coding of the server side. On the server side, it means that studentmarks.jsp. Here you have to first of all import the package, right? While importing the package, like you have to use mod @page, right? Just like if you want to import the package, what you need to do in the modules, if you use here, you got the @page, and then you have to import, and then you have to specify the package which you want to import. Here in this code, I have to import java.sql.star, right? So because I'm going to perform the database connectivity operation over here. Then the first thing in the like here the task is like once we able to view that result, I have to perform two things. One is I have to read the data, establish the connectivity, and insert the data. Means I am performing the insert operation as well. And then the second is once the insert is over, whatever the data available in the database, I have to fetch it also. Means I am performing that insert as well as select operation on the same page. Let us discuss firstly one by one. Now in the JSP section, first of all, connection con equals to null. As we already know that SQL package provides me three classes called as connection, which is responsible for establishes connectivity. Statement is responsible for executing queries on the established connection, and the result set is responsible for holding the data of the process query. Again, I am saying these are all the things regarding how the JDBC operation will be performed and how to perform the connectivity and what is connection statement, result statements. This I already discussed in the core Java section. So the basics of like prerequisite of this particular session is like about the JDBC operations you should be be aware about. Okay, so connection established connectivity statements is responsible for executing the query on the established connections, and result sets hold the data of the executed query. I nullified them firstly by at the time of initializations. Then the second step is read the data from the waveform. Here I read the data, that name, roll number and marks. I read the data from the user. As roll number and marks is in the integer format, so I need to parse it into the integer. So I am having three variables now: nm for student name, rn for roll number, and marks for student marks. And then I write I'm establishing a try catch block because it is going to throw the exceptions called as SQL exception. So in the try block, first statement will be class for name equal to com MySQL JDBC driver. Means I need to refer to this driver which is responsible for database connectivity with the MySQL server. So friends, you need to understand one thing, that if you want to perform database connectivity with the MySQL server, so in the projects you need to in the libraries you need to add the library, and in the library you need to search it out for MySQL JDBC driver. Means if you want to perform your JDBC database connectivity operation with the MySQL server, in the library sections your MySQL driver has to be installed. So you need to add that particular MySQL driver in that. So class.forName com.MySQL JDBC driver, and after that con equals to, con is the object of connection. You have to initialize that with the driver manager dot get connection, and here your JDBC MySQL localhost 3306. Now localhost 3306 is a port number, and test axiom is a database, right? Database name which I created in the MySQL. Here it is, right? And then you have to specify the password and root ID and the password. Password is blank over here, and root ID, root I am providing over here. After that, if you once you are able to specify the name of the driver and database name and if everything is okay, then connection will be successfully established. So it will prompt you the message out.println connection established to the server. After that, obviously, now once the connection is established, whatever the data you read from the user, you need to insert into a database. For that reason, you have to build a query. That query is string qry equals to insert into table name. Now your test axiom was the database name, but now we have to insert the data in the student marks. So insert into student marks. What the fields of the student's marks? Name, roll number, and marks. And then here values will be that accepted values from the user, that is name, roll number, and marks, need to be specified over here. As you already know that if the string type of data is there, then it has to be enclosed in a single quote, double quote, and if it is a numeric data, it has to be enclosed in a double quotes over there. Again, I am not explaining this in the great details, as I already we already gone through that all the core Java sessions. So you have to build a query of insert, and then execute that, build a query of statement, right? Build the statement over here, con.create statement. First of all, connection will be established, then statement will be initialized, and then execute the query. st.execute. Execute is a method which executes the void query. Void query means a query which is not returning any value. And as we already know that insert query is not going to return any value because it is going to insert the data into the database. So st.execute qry will execute that query, and then it will print the message data inserted, right? So in the executions we were getting connection established and data inserted. That is because of this. So here I'm catching the two exceptions, SQL exceptions and the like general exceptions if it is having any. After that, now my first task of reading the data and establishing connectivity and inserting data into a database is over. Now the second task is what I'm needing, that is fetching the data from the database. For that reason, I need to process the query, that is select star from student marks. So I process the query select star from like student marks, and now my query is producing an output. My query is giving me the results. That's why you have to use execute query. Here we use a method called as execute, and here we need to use a method called as execute query. Now execute query, you pass on that query and then hold that data into the RS. Now as I already explained, connection is responsible for establishing connection. Statement is responsible for executing a query on the established connection, and statement was providing two methods, execute and execute query. Execute is actually like responsible for processing void query, and execute query is responsible for processing that queries which is generating the results, and that results will be need to be assigned to the RS. So RS holds that result of the executed query. Now obviously that all the data which is available in the result set, I need to display it onto the waveform again. So again I need to generate the dynamic table, so and then my table having heading, that is list of the student, and these are the fields, serial number, name, roll number and marks, right? So this is static one, and then I need to set the while loop because I am having an n number of rows. So like while embedding your HTML in the JSP, you have to close JSP again, and again you can put the HTML code, again you can start it again, means but for any number of times anywhere else you can open the JSP tag and close the JSP tag again. So this HTML will appear again. I need a JSP because the code is not completed, right? So this thing will appear, list of the students, real number, name, roll number and marks, and again my JSP code starts while rs.next again, because now that dynamic rows need to be added, right? So a list of the students, the table titles, and then the number of rows need to be added over here. So while rs.next, then here is the dynamic table row, table data, rs.get integer 1 means it will fetch the data of serial number, it will fetch the data of name, it will fetch the data of marks, right? Roll number, like actually the serial number, name of the student, roll number and the marks. This entire row will be fetched over here, and then it has to be repeated, right? It has to be repeated till the end of file, right? So that all the while loop will be executed. It will read that all the serial number, roll number, student name and all, and then close the RS, close the statement and close the connection. And then after this, after entire loop will be ended, in the table body and table will be ended over here, right? So it is going to produce the output like that is in this manner. If you insert the data, right, data goes to the server, it establishes connections, it like insert it into server, and then it will fetch all the data available on the server over here. So to develop this dynamic output list of the students, right, what I did over here, I process the query select star from tab, I put it in the RS, and after that I close that JSP, and then I wrote a like syntax like a table heading, list of students, and then the column serial number, name, roll number and marks, and again I will start my JSP, and then like while rs.next, again I created dynamic rows over there. I'll refer the code again. So here the little bit complexible part is, okay, here it is, you process the select star from student marks and develop the RS, then you close your JSP tag because I have to develop a table now, generate a table now, and table generation is again in the HTML. So I wrote the title as a list of the students, and then the column names, and then now again I have to start the JSP because I have to set the loop till rh.next, right? Row by row I need to add accept the data from the database, and I need to print it over here. So that table row and dynamic number of rows will be added row by row. The data of serial number, name, roll number and marks will be fetched from the database, and it is going to generate that much number of rows in the tables, and then close the your result set statement and connection, and in this way dynamic table will be generated over there. So while performing your JDBC operation with a web, it's not a big deal actually. Big deal in the sense, I'm going to explain you in the next sessions how I can because it's a in the server side it become a lengthy code over there. It become a little bit complexible to how to organize everything that I'm going to explain in the next part. But in these particular sessions, my objective was to just read the data from the user, process it, and like how to handle the basic JDBC operations, that is insert the data into database and fetch the data from the database, that is explained here. So while referring to this particular session, the JDBC operations means like what is connection class, what is statement, right? What is result set. This has to be the prerequisite, right? But again, I just want to refer these things for you. That while performing JDBC operation, right? The first thing is required. You should be importing the package called as java.sql. The second, you need to establish the connection. 3 classes are responsible: connection, statement, and result set. So you create the object connection con, statement st, result set rs, and initialize to null. And after that, in the try catch block, class.core name, then you have to specify the driver name. Then con equals to driver manager.get connection. You have to specify that localhost, port number, and the password of your root. And after that, st equal to con.create statement. Now st equal to con.create statement, you will create the statement, means connection is successfully established. Now you create the statement, and after add that on that established connection, right, you execute the query. For that reason, you have to build a query, insert query firstly, insert into table, right, the fields and the values. While specifying the values, if the string values are there, it has to be preceded with the single quote, double quote, plus variable name, plus double quote, single quote, and if it is a numeric value, it has to be enclosed in the double quotes only, right? And plus is for that, like distinguishing between the, because it's a variable, hold the value over there, it's not a constant we are providing. So you have to proceed with the succeed and proceed with the plus over here, right? So you refer to that all the syntaxes, and then you execute that query, st.execute and a query. While executing insert query, you have to use a method called as execute, and then after successfully inserting this data, then my next operation started, that is what the fetching the data. So for that reason, I build a separate query called as select star from tab, and then I st.execute query, because execute query method like is responsible for processing a query which generates the output. So select star from tab obviously generating the output for me. So I hold that output in the rs, and then while rs.next, that I print all the rs.get string 1 and all these things. But for that reasons, again the tough part is because I have to generate, after posting that query, there is a while loop, but inside that while loop my rows has to be dynamically changed, and for that reason again I print that table heading, and then while rs.next, inside that I wrote a table row, and then dynamic rows will be printed. Means like in JSP, anywhere you can open and close the tags and then add the HTML code over here. So refer the code what I am providing with you, executable code what I have explained to you, and then code is with this virtual sessions. You go through that, explore it, and try to perform the JDBC connectivity with your JSP code over there, right? So hope you understand how the web form will post the data, and server will process this data and insert into the database, as well as feed the data over there. So to have a persistent set of data onto the web server. Okay, thank you.